What's next? I want to start talking about the traps of spirituality. One of them is I need more woke friends. I need more friends who are awake. I need more spiritual friends. The problem with this is you really need to say to yourself, I need to learn how to compassionately listen to everyone around me. Because I firmly believe that everyone is in our lives for a reason, good or bad. Unfortunately, bad is harder to deal with than good, but let's focus on the good. You want more awake friends? Well, maybe the friends you do have, you have to learn to listen to compassionately. What I'm saying is, listen. Not wait to talk, not try to convince them of something. Listen to their point of view with no judgment. Even a religious Bible thumper who thinks everyone's going to hell who doesn't follow their God has something to teach you. And if you start listening to them compassionately rather than arguing with them, they'll be able to present their point of view. They'll be able to present it in a rational, calm way because, well, it's a discussion. It's not an argument. I mean, it might start as an argument, but once you tell them you're going to listen to them and not judge them, you're not here to argue, you just want to hear their point of view. You want them to, quote, teach you their point of view. That way they can present it, and here's the trick. Because they're not arguing, they're able to consider what they're saying. They're able to listen to what they're saying. They're not trying to defend their point because you're not arguing. They want to present it in a rational way. And maybe you'll be able to put a kernel of truth in them that they may have missed. You're not trying to convince them of anything. You're not trying to convince them that they're wrong. You just want to hear their point of view and understand them, try to get in their perspective. Now let's say you run into someone who doesn't believe in spirituality, who doesn't believe in God, it's all scientific. Well, you listen to them, listen to them talk about it. When you have a friend who's not even agnostic, atheist, that's what, you listen to them talk about why there is no God, why everything is perfectly explainable. You're not arguing with them. They might be more argumentative than an actual Bible thumper or spiritual person, but an atheist wants you to have them present their point of view and listen to them talk, listen to them present their point. Just listen. And a lot of times when you listen to someone compassionately, they'll start to admit things that they can't explain. There are things in this world that even science can't explain. I mean, spirits and ghosts. Yeah, it might be just abnormalities with the equipment, but there are things that just come out of nowhere. Like me, I have an analytical side and a spiritual side. And my analytical side is always looking for ways of debunking what my spiritual side has found. But when I can look at a picture, this is hard to say, but okay. When I can look at a picture of a child, an Amber Alert, see that child, say to myself, that child is dead. That child was killed by his own parents. There's something recently that happened. And I looked, and my analytical side said, stop that. That's just not good. You don't need that negativity in your life. And then a few hours later, it was announced that the child was in fact deceased, killed by their stepmother. And that breaks my heart, but I can't, my analytical side cannot explain it. I just look at it and say there's an Amber Alert for a child. There's nothing else in the article that I even read. I just saw it and instantly thought to myself, oh God, this is bad. And there are other times when I can look at an Amber Alert because in my advanced years I meet lots of friends who love to post these Amber Alerts and never do a check and see that these children are found. But let's say there's an Amber Alert for a child and I know right away, oh, okay, that child is fine. And it's just looking at the picture. And how my spiritual side figures out that that child is fine and they're going to be fine within the next few hours or next 2 days, perfectly fine, without even reading the article. I'm not saying that I read anything into it. I read no other words. I just see the picture and my brain clicks in. Now, it would be more helpful if I knew where these children were so that they could be found quicker. But you have to listen compassionately to yourself sometimes. And when your voices say something, you have to listen to them and judge them on a superficial level without arguing. There's a fine line between arguing with yourself and looking at things totally unbiased. You know, you just listen to the facts, see how they're presented, and somehow document them maybe, write them down, say, oh, this is what I got for an instinct, and, you know, and if it's, nothing is wrong, it's just mistaken from the information presented. Nothing is right, it's just correct from the information presented. So as long as you can listen compassionately and not judge things as right or wrong, but just judge them as the information as it's presented, I think we'll all be good. And we'll all have lots and lots of spiritual friends. They'll just be spiritual friends on different paths. You can have a totally religious, Bible thumper, everyone's going to hell person turn into a spiritual person and still remain as a Bible thumping churchgoer, but more open to other religions just to talk. And if we could all just talk and not judge that our one way is right, but just judge from our point of view for what our path is and try to find what our right place is in the world, we'll all be good. But it's just my opinion. What's next?